All right, well, I finally got the EZGO in the shop. That way I can work on it a little bit better. And I think what I'm going to do, I've gone ahead and actually taken the doors off. And squeeze by here. I've not taken the back doors, just the front doors off. But I think what I'm going to do, right now I've got the battery on charge to see if the battery will even take a charge. It's still sitting at 0%, so I don't even know if it'll take a charge, but we're going to try. The battery's kind of unique because it's got some, it's a larger battery, but it has, it doesn't use it uses bolt connectors. I don't know what you call those, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little, to get to the carburetor and everything, you can take this access panel off right there. So I'm going to take the access panel off, take the air cleaner assembly off, etc., and see if I can get to the carburetor a little bit better. Clearly, I believe it's a gas problem. That's the reason it's not running, a fuel problem. It appears as though it gets spark, the engine turns over, it appears to have compressions because it will backfire on occasion. Hopefully it's not into timing. I don't know anything about these motors other than this might be an 11 horsepower motor, but your guess is as good as mine. So I'm going to work on that and getting everything apart. It's really dirty and dusty. I should clean it, but we got another inch of rain overnight last night. So it's like 58 degrees, so not exactly pressure cleaning weather. So I'm going to work on this for a few minutes and I'll come back and we'll see what kind of progress I make. Alright, so here's where we're at. Got the air cleaner off, and what I went ahead and did is I ran an alternative line, which you can see over there with a little ketchup bottle. Put some gas in it. Did not appear that the plugs were wet. However, there is gas getting through the carburetor, as you can see. I think you can see right through there, maybe. And so that led me to believe, and I tested the compression. Compression's low, but I would expect it to be because this thing probably has some type of compression release, since it's a press the gas pedal and it starts type machine. So I went ahead and actually pulled the valve cover to ensure that all of the valves were moving. They are. So that leads me back to a fuel issue in the carburetor. So now what I have to do, and I think this is where I'm going to stop, not this video, but I'm going to stop for the night, is that I pull the throttle off of the carburetor. That's going to take me a little bit because it's a really weird system. If you look down in here, basically it's all kind of interconnected, and the only way to pull the throttle off of the carburetor is that nut way down there, and at least not that I see offhand. Ruined a couple gaskets, which is not all that shocking, so I will have to get some more gaskets. I'll have to find out how to order the gaskets. I don't even know how to order them. I suppose I'll have to call an EZGO supply place. I don't even know the model of this engine or anything, so I'm gonna have to do some research there. And see what I can come up with. But I mean, luckily, and you can see actually on top of the engine, plenty of oil pressure. After about 3 revolutions, oil came shooting up out of the oil gallery there. So that's good. That was good to see. I'll work on this carburetor a little bit more. Probably got another 15 or 20 minutes out here, and then I'll have to go inside. But we'll keep just kind of meandering through the problem, see if we can figure it out. We have spark, we have compression, or at least we have compression. It appears as well we have compression. It's very low, but I don't think it's going to be very high. I'll have to see if I can find some specs. It's like 20 psi, which that sounds, if you're familiar with the Kohler automatic compression release, sounds very similar to that. So I don't know. It doesn't look there. I don't see any compression release mechanisms on top of the engine, but you know, we'll go from there. So let me get back to work on this for a few more minutes, and if I find something interesting, I'll bring you back. If not, I'll bring you back a couple days from now when I get to working on it again. All right, well, so here's the carburetor. Sorry about the camera there. I found out that it had an extra breather tube on it, and this one right here is really clogged. So the float actually works, or it appears to work. The needle works. But I just got done looking it up online, and I can buy a carburetor off Amazon for like 20 bucks. I need a ignition switch anyway, so I'm gonna order a new carburetor instead of try to rebuild this one. They seem cheap enough. So I mean, who knows if that'll actually work. Normally I don't order. I just go for OEM stuff. But for 18 bucks, if it gets it running, great. If not, oh well. I'll have to find some gaskets in the process of getting it out. I ended up needing to take the starter off. Let me turn my light on here. So I need to take the starter off down there. So I got the, well, not off, but I need to loosen it up. That was a pain in and of itself. A 19 millimeter nut and bolt on the pivot. Who puts 19 millimeters in anything? So so far this has been a mishmash of standard and metric, or SAE and metric, which is always fun. And I'm pretty sure that the standard or the SAE stuff was put on by a previous owner at some time or some point in time. So I also need a new starter belt. I think I can just source that belt locally, at an auto parts store, things like that. But I'm going to order the new carb, and I'll probably get a new fuel pump. That's the bracket for the fuel pump. The light's on right there. And we'll go from there. So not very exciting in terms of getting it fixed, but it is progress. It's a cute little devil. It does need at least one tire. That tire won't even hold air. The other tires are okay for right now. I think what I'll do is I'll just muddle by on putting air in it, and it'll only last 5 minutes. But I'll muddle through until I get it running. There's no sense. And what I'll do is I'll replace all 4 tires. You can buy all 4 tires off eBay. These are 5 lug rims. The tires are like 20 bucks a piece. And then it's probably going to cost me 15 bucks a piece to get them mounted. I am not about to mount 4 tires like that. Whereas I can buy 5 new rims, 5 new tires that all match for $200 and some odd on eBay. Might do that. I think that's a little bit easier. Then I'll just take these and I'll do something with them. I got a little brake drag in the back. Not too much of a problem. I'm sure it might it might go away once I get it running and everything. But I got to get it running first. So I'm not going to spend any other money aside from the engine to see if I can get it running. Because honestly, if it does not run, we'll just chalk it up as a loss and move on with our life. So I think we'll just take some residual value. I'm still very hopeful that it will with a new carb, but we'll go from there. So thanks for watching.